All right, you're welcome, Daniel, and please introduce yourself and tell us about your book. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis, and the viewers. Daniel Drileba Dratibi is my name. I must begin by sending my apologies for yesterday. I really had a breakdown with the movement and it disorganized everything, but I'm glad that we are here today. We work here and we are based here in Arua, West Nile, and we do literally 4 thematic areas which are very critical. Number 1 is financial literacy. And as an organization and as an individual, we are certified trainers for Bank of Uganda for financial literacy. Personally, I am a master trainer for Bank of Uganda and part of the staff of Voice of Restoration also. Some of them are now at the level of certified trainers and others have just done TOT. And we do financial literacy and financial inclusion as one of our key thematic areas here in Arua and West Nile. And besides that, we also run programs around mental health because money and mental health move together. And around mental health, we do advocacy, we do awareness, we offer support, we offer specialized treatment plans. And then also we run programs of alcohol and drug abuse, prevention and treatment as well. That's why this t-shirt of mine here is, this is the t-shirt. It is a Say No to Drugs. And this is one of the programs that we've been doing. And it is one of the things that keep us busy in the communities. And then also we do capacity building trainings. All these programs, we do them at both community level as well as consultancy level. Particularly today, we want to talk about a subject on finance, because one of my books that I've written from my lived experience is Broke by Choice. And Broke by Choice is a book that I wrote from my lived experience, where I worked, and every time I worked, I was ever broke. And the more I worked, I was ever broke. And it is from there that I was able to use my story to help others, because financial crisis is one of the key challenges affecting the population across Uganda and even globally. And I've been running programs of Broke by Choice, like for financial empowerment, economic empowerment, and financial literacy, challenging individuals to see themselves. And because what else also happens is the book, I did a double book launch last year for Beyond the Job Title and Broke by Choice. This is Beyond the Job Title. One other area is many people have been conditioned by their titles and they can't go extra miles. Some of them even have been confused by their titles, that they don't want to do certain things, yet those things that they could actually do can actually bring for them financial success. But because of some dynamics, these 2 books work hand in hand, because the one of Beyond the Job Title helps individuals to identify and know who they are, rediscover themselves. It is more of self-discovery book, so that they see themselves beyond the job title. Maybe you could be a doctor, but beyond without that title, who are you? You could be a teacher without the title of teacher, who are you? You could be a nurse, but without the title of a nurse, who are you? You could be HR, but without the title, who are you? What else can you do with the knowledge you have? So those are some of the discussions that we've been having to help individuals and communities address some issues here. Now, coming to the aspect of Broke by Choice. You see, many times, Ugandans especially, we've been blaming government, we blame people around us, we blame our family for our failures, we blame people for our challenges. But this book of Broke by Choice, I looked at my own life. This is my bank statement, which I photographed and placed here in this book on chapter 2. Chapter 2 is a book where I talked about living through financial crisis. Because personally, I worked for over 15 years before I retired to this that we are now doing. And during that time I was working, there came a season of my life where everything was about debts. I was heavily indebted in 7-figure debts. And the decisions that I actually borrowed the money for were not really good decisions. That's where you realize that the whole issue about broke by choice is to do with decisions that we make. Because I took wrong decisions, and these wrong investment decisions I took had a deep toll on me. And for 3.5 years, 100% of my salary was deducted to cover loans. I found myself in the deep end, and the situation looked very hopeless. Everything falling apart. And it was my own decision that actually I took to get into that kind of state. Francis, you discover that many of us, we make decisions based on pressures around us. We make decisions based on the challenges that we go through. We make decisions based on how we feel. And at the end of the day, it affects everything. So through the book, I've been talking about how somebody can actually bounce back. And what do we need? Because we need financial literacy. You see, financial literacy has to do with acquiring the right knowledge, skill, and confidence to manage money well. And financial literacy is aimed at a changed behavior. Many times our behaviors influence how we handle money. And we want to see behavior change at the end of it all. So personally, when I went through what I went through, I was able to take responsibility for my life. I began to document some of the things that I was doing. And through that, we ended able to see that we are able to get to a place where we can actually have financial freedom. So yeah, the book is here, Broke by Choice. Indeed, we are broke by our choices, the choices that we make. Many times, we make rapid choices. Like right now, people are going to school. In Uganda here, it is time for school. But do you know how many people are going to borrow school fees loan? Many. Not knowing that the more they borrow school fees loan, next time they're going to borrow again, they're going to borrow again. This morning, I was sharing with some platforms here that taking a loan now, I understand it. Taking a loan, you need to take a loan to invest. You don't take a loan to spend. You don't take a loan to consume. Because if you pay school fees, how are you going to repay back this loan? It is good to borrow, but why are you borrowing? When are you borrowing? And why should you actually borrow? All these are things that we can actually, it is a decision that we make. Sometimes we lack information and we don't know what to do next. So that's where we're like, no, we are broke by our choices and we can actually change the narrative. How did I change the narrative? Number one is getting knowledge. Many of us want to earn before learning. But if you can pick a pen and a paper and you write the word learn, L-E-A-R-N, then if you remove the word L, it will remain with earn. For you to earn, you should first of all learn. So these are the concepts that we're helping people to see. First, learn about money dynamics, learn about how money operates, learn about how money industry works, understand the financial service providers, understand your needs, understand yourself, understand your personality, know yourself, because if you don't know who you are, then everything is going to fall apart. So here, through Broke by Choice, we help individuals to rediscover themselves and take responsibility for their finances. Yeah, you could have had a challenge with the finances, yes, but you cannot continue to live in that kind of lifestyle. Time must come when you should be able to learn how to save. But before you save, you should learn how to earn multiple streams of income. Because one of our challenges whenever we are running programs of Broke by Choice for our people here, we challenge them. Can you identify at least more than 5 income streams? Identify at least more than 8 income streams. At least have 10 income streams, so that you don't only earn from one source of income. And we help them to do this through beyond the job title. We support them so that they discover themselves. Many times we've been looking for money because we hear others have, and we hear it works. We hear others have it. We hear others are using this and that. But now you realize that things are falling apart. If you don't know your true strength, you can't do much. That's why we help people to, first of all, to discover themselves beyond their job titles, beyond what they're able to do, so that they discover their true self. You know your personality, you know your strength, you know your weakness, you know your passion, you know your skills, you know your talents, and you use this to build income streams so that your investments are not fighting your personality. Because if you invest in a wrong project, okay, you invest in a good project, but that project fights your personality, the project is going to collapse. So these are things that we help people to understand and get, so that at the end of the day, you are able to invest well, you're able to work well, get income streams, get income sources, so that you're able to earn. And we challenge them to earn daily, because if you have a daily expenditure, you should be able to earn daily. If you have a weekly expenditure, you should be able to earn weekly. If you have a monthly expenditure, you should earn monthly. If you have a quarterly expenditure, you should be able to earn quarterly, you know? So these are the things that we help people to, so that they go beyond these issues, so that they are not broke by choices that they make. Many people earn money. We earn, yes, but does it make sense? No. One of the things that I have put here is our salaries are good. Salaries work, but don't rely on salary. I know many people work on salary and they are comfortable with it. And I challenge here that on page 167 of my book of Broke by Choice, I put here that as you rely on salary, salary can qualify you to get loans. Because every time you go to get salary loans, they ask you how much is your salary. But at the end of the day, that qualifies you. Two, you work only to pay the taxi driver, the boda rider, the landlord of the house, you feed, you contribute to friends and family during functions and condolences during burials, you pay school fees and other bills. No wonder by the middle of the month, most salary earners are broke. We must change this narrative. This narrative can only change when we know ourselves. Then two, we must make decisions that can help us build ourselves. Wherever you're working from, I'm sure every Ugandan, wherever they're working from, they could be working on average of 8 hours. Government standard is 8 hours. Some private places, they can work up to 10 hours or whatever. But the point here is, if you are using 8 hours to work at your workplace and you have 24 hours, how are you using the 16 remaining hours? Because that is where the rubber meets the road. If you mess up with the 16 hours, you will remain broke by choice. Because whatever you're able to do, you can do it in those 16 hours. Now, of the 16 hours, as a mental health expert, I always recommend use 8 hours for sleep. Now, if you have 8 hours for sleep, that means the remaining 8 hours is what makes the difference. I want to challenge, before you come to work every morning, what do you do? After you leave work at 5 p.m. or at 4 p.m., what do you do? Because what you do before and what you do after makes a big difference. That's why the challenge here has been, how can you have several investment options, which must align with your strengths, which must align with the thing that you have. Many times we make wrong choices because of peer pressure from friends and family. Address it. Two, in line with now financial literacy, do you understand how much you earn? Do you have goals for your life? Do you have goals for your finances? This year, 2026, how much money do you need? This year, 2026, how much savings do you need? How much incomes do you need? How much expenses are you planning for? And how much loans do you plan to offset? This should be core, because this is going to inform how you're going to work. This is going to inform how you're going to plan for your finances. Besides that, how much are you saving? And what is the goal for this saving? Are you investing? Where are you investing? Is it safe where you're investing? Does it make any economic sense? Or it is for the sake of making you busy? You know, then besides, loan management. How are you managing loans? And where do you pick your loans from? You know, and all of these dynamics. Then, of course, retirement planning. How do you plan to retire? As you can see already, I have gray beards. I'm towards my... So how are you planning for that time when you can't support yourself? Will you still have money? Or even right now, you see, many times, even some of us here right now, we get money and we spend all, because we want to please people, we want to please our family, we want to please people around us. But I have bad news here for you. I have bad news for you. If you don't save money, you are going to be broke by choice. Number two, if you only spend money without earning money, you are going to remain broke by choice. Number three, if you're only going to borrow money without a plan, you will remain broke by choice. If you are going to be in a place where you just want to please people because you have the money, I can assure you, very soon, you are going to remain broke still by choice. So being broke is by choice. That's why I want to encourage everyone here. Going forward, 2026 is here. We are just in January 2026. Let's make plans which can be able to work. Let's adjust. Let's have budgets. Let's embrace financial empowerment. Let's support, and above all, read. Read and read and read. You cannot stay in a place where you can't read.
And learn, of course.
And learn, yes. Because you must learn. Learn. Yes. I can tell you, by the way, one of the things which is a core in my book of Broke by Choice is when I chose to take responsibility, I decided I must learn. And some of the investments I made to learn was to travel all the way to Kampala to attend seminars, to attend the trainings, to attend the conferences on finance, on money. Some people had to speak into my life and I had to learn from them. How did they make their money? How are they making money? I remember a time when Dr. Patrick Betature will run programs in his hotel. I will invest and travel and attend. I remember attending engagements and the trainings by different circles and microfinances in Kampala. I will attend, you know. So let's give ourselves to learning. Open your heart and learn so that you're able to see, how do I go? By the way, I want to challenge us here, even as we are planning for this year, do your own audit. Do your own audit. It begins with audit. You must be able to know your condition. Because if you don't know your condition, nothing is going to work out. Now, here in my book of Broke by Choice, one of the steps you can take is to look at this. This is knowing your net worth. Your net worth. You must be able to know your net worth. Know your net worth. If you add all your assets, if you look at all your assets, you look at your cash at hand, you look at your investments, you look at the money you have on your phone, the money you have in the bank, you have all your investments, add them up together. How much is it? Vis-a-vis, you add all your liabilities, your bank loans, your debts, you know, expenditures that you are yet to have. If you add all of those ones, how much is it? Then you subtract the two. When I did this, it opened my eyes to know that I was not doing well. And besides, like I said, 100% of the salary was being deducted. And I was left with no option but being broke and broken. As a matter of fact, because of that condition where every month money is going, I was so stressed, very depressed. Do you know that very many Ugandans are very depressed? Even right now, people are going through crisis. School fees is here. Next week, actually, even some schools are about to open. But people are under pressure. Why? Financial crisis. How do we address it? We must take responsibility to learn. We must discover ourselves. We must know what investments we can do. And we must learn to earn. Like I said, if you have a daily expenditure, think about a daily income. So the call for us here is, even through this book of Broke by Choice, is we must invest and invest wisely. Invest wisely.
Yes, Daniel, thank you very much. I know there is a lot you can tell us about the book, but maybe where can we get this book? Where do we get this book? In Kampala?
In Kampala, I launched these two books. I launched these two books at a Hotel Triangle on Buganda Road. So I left copies at the hotel at the reception. If anybody goes to Hotel Triangle on Buganda Road in Kampala, they can get a copy of this book of Broke by Choice at 50,000 only. And I have also these copies here with me in Arua. But also those who are out of Uganda, you can go to Amazon. You just look for the title of Broke by Choice, or you can look for my number. You can look for my name. Just type my name. All details will come up.
How do they pronounce your name?
Drileba Dratibi Daniel.
Drileba Dratibi Daniel. Nice.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Daniel. This was so nice. This was so nice, and we are really happy that you took an effort to come and at least give us this insight about your book. Yes, at Magister Training Associates, we also do a lot of personal development, and this is learning. Learning, first of all, you said you need to know yourself. And there's no way you will know yourself if you are not learning about yourself, what you're able to do. So at Magister, there's a lot we are trying to do. And yes, I just want to share some of the upcoming events that we have so that people can be able to participate. And one of the things is, yes, a training on business. We have a TOT for those who want to become trainers in business like Daniel. There is an ILO training, and this is a 2 weeks training that will be starting in March, end of March, 19th March to 2nd of April. And you can see the flyer there for those who want to participate in this so that they become business trainers. Yes, this is something that many of you can participate in. Yes, so we also have another event that we have, and this is even starting closer, also in March, the invaluable laws, the 15 invaluable laws of growth. And this is a masterclass, and I know, Daniel, you'll agree with me that these masterclasses can transform someone. So once you have these laws, I think you will ever be able to become a better person, to make better choices, because I think one of the things that we need to learn is how to make choices. Also in August, I think August is still ahead, but we can plan. We have a training in green business for the trainers, digital business, and then we also have a business health clinic. So people can start warming up for this. But as we look at August, the bootcamp, business bootcamp, we need to plan for the 15 invaluable laws of growth. And this is a masterclass that starts in March. So you can register with us. You can ask your friends. You can come, and the fees are there. Just and then also remember there is also the TOT in the SIYB program, so that you can become a trainer. Otherwise, Daniel, thank you very, very much for participating. Thank you for this moment. We are really grateful, and thank you so much. Hope that we can catch up. But maybe a final one, Daniel. You have other books. Can you maybe tell us about the other books that you have, and then give your last remarks?
Yeah, thank you. My other books, besides Broke by Choice and Beyond the Job title, I have other books. One is titled The Art of Dating and Courtship. This is a book where I shared my story of the 8 heartbreaks.
You should attend our next and maybe share the books as well. That book, because next month is the month of love.
Yes, I have another book, Beyond Overcome Rejection. That was my first ever book, Overcome Rejection, and it turned your greatest dreams into reality. That was my first book. You know, many times people are rejected at the workplace, home, and different places. But my call is to let them overcome that rejection and turn their dreams into reality. Another book is Hope in the Age of Depression, where I put the thoughts of my struggle with the depression and how somebody can actually overcome and thrive amid these mental health challenges. I have another book called Write, Self-Publish, Profit. This is where I task authors, those who want to write books. We run classes for authors, and also we also run publishing as well. So we help them to do self-publish so that they're able to write their stories, they're able to publish their books. Also, I have another book is The Art of Public Speaking, where we train people in public speaking and how they can be able to present before the public. So those are some of the books that I have published, and all of them are on Amazon. You just write my name. Even if right now you just Google my name, you will find all those links of my Amazon link, the different book titles which are there, and different programs that we do, YouTube, some programs on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. You will be able to connect there. But my parting shot is help is available. Financial crisis can hit so hard. Financial crisis is responsible for stress, and the stress is responsible for both your physical and your mental health problems. But we can take responsibility and make right decisions and improve our financial conditions and live fulfilled lives. Thank you so much.
Drileba Dratibi Daniel, thank you very, very much for this. We really hope we could catch up many more times, and thank you for sharing us your book and your story. Thank you so much. I hope this is good enough for the goat. The goat, and yes, we accept the apology, and we shall share this with our friends. Thank you very much. Have a good
Thank you.
Thank you.